Welcome. Hope you guys are having a great week. I'm not going to do this on Saturday and Sunday, but here's Friday. And it's nice out here in Southern California. Hopefully it's nice where you are. My name's George Geary. Those of you that have never seen me before, I teach all over the country, have a tour company, take people to the south of France, and that's why today I'm going to do a south of France recipe. What I did is I have been taking groups for about 35 seasons, I call it, to the south, and we do all sorts of fun stuff. Next year, we're doing 2 weeks. 1 week is this year's, and next year is their regular week. So if you're interested, you can check my website for next year. You'll want to get out and see the countryside. We live in a beautiful villa. We're doing a potato dish that you're going to be shocked at. The thing is, the very first time I had this, I thought there was a bunch of cheese in it. There's no cheese at all. But it's going to be so good and so rich. Use exactly the ingredients I tell you, and it's going to be perfect. If you want to add cheese, the second time you make it, I'll let you. I always tell you, when you're going to try a recipe out of somebody else's, do it exactly how they tell you. And then, if it works, and you want something different, then change it. Don't change it first. So what we have is potatoes, about 3 pounds, and we've got heavy cream and milk, all-purpose milk. What's it called? Regular milk. Not in the 1%. This is what makes it. It almost makes it into cheese when you're making this. So what I'm going to do is heat that up. And in my saucepan. What we do is normally when you cook potatoes, people do it in water, and that pulls all the starches out, and then they go ahead and make a gratin. Oh, that's what we're doing, is we're doing a potato gratin, and we're going to be using a gratin pan. I oil this down. My butter wrapper, just take that around to do the bottom part. And we've got our potatoes that I've already peeled. I'm using russet. South of France, they have kind of a small white russet that I use down there. And to make sure the slices are perfect, I'm using my Madeleine. And this is OXO. It's their silver edition. It really is one of the best. So let's go back to, while I'm slicing these, I'm going to tell you all about, normally, just go like that. There you get slices. We're going to boil these potatoes instead of in water. We're going to do it in the cream, so you get the cream thickened by the potato starch. So what I do is I cut these in half so I have a flat edge, and I'm not using huge potatoes. So the bag of potatoes, what happens is they make smaller potatoes, they throw them in the bag. So some are kind of hard to work with. After you slice these, then you'll add it to your milk and cream mixture that's heating. And you can do that now while it's working. Do some of it. Watch the blade. You don't want to have a problem. You don't want to go to the doctor nowadays. You want to wait. I have a lot of friends in the medical field, and if you can wait, you wait. We're learning to do stuff, or put our own Band-Aids on. So last night we made the cheesecake, and I've still got some left. Took some to some neighbors. And then I was finishing up on a project for another company, and finished that up. Today has been such a beautiful day that you want to go outside and goof around, but into a park or something, but you shouldn't. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? We're doing what some people are doing. We're going to do takeout at my favorite Mexican restaurant, but it's all the way in LA. So we're going to call them, do curbside service, and then we're going to go sit down the block and eat it in the car. And they have some of the best enchiladas at this place in downtown LA. So I'll probably tell you all about that later. So as I'm finishing slicing these potatoes, I didn't want to do these ahead because they would have turned. And I want the starches to come out. So, whoop, up. Didn't see that, did you? This potato inside. There we go. That one has a few brown spots. I'm not going to use it.
Go ahead and wash it off, George.
Wash it off.
It's only for us. We're going to eat it.
No.
We can't waste food now.
We aren't wasting food. It's a little potato that had brown spots anyway. So it fell apart. So got 2 more potatoes. 3 pounds of potatoes. You think that's a lot, but it's really, sometimes it's about 4 large potatoes. Here it's about 8 of these small ones that are in the bag. And if you use too many potatoes and not enough cream, you're going to have a problem there too. So do exactly what it says. So I've got my dish buttered. What's great about these dishes, you know, we buy these here. What's interesting is, just want to pick this apart from the knife. Oop, these pieces. I don't want to use my finger because I know if I do, I will be going to emergency. These pans, when you go on my French tour, you'll see them at the hardware store, not at a food store. Hardware store is where you get a lot of items for the kitchen. And also, let me stir that a little bit. You also have ugly colors. They've got these like 1970s brown and harvest gold colors. They don't have these exciting colors that we have here. You want to get an inside shot of that, Neil? You can see the potatoes are all submerged. Milk, cream, and whole potatoes.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
And we're going to add some salt into that. And some white pepper. And fresh nutmeg. We're going to take our little nutmeg. Now, spices I've been using a lot this week. And you should check out the Spice House out of Chicago area, and Penzeys that you guys know about. That's I call it international. It's all over the country. But the Spice House is technically Penzeys too. It's the daughter, Patty Penzey Erd. She has these great places, Spice House, and they're doing mail order right now. They have some more interesting things than Penzeys does, because they aren't as large and they can have smaller quantities of stuff. So they have a bunch of neat stuff. So
George,
also, what?
I'm sorry, what is that thing you used?
Neil doesn't cook, so that's why we have to. This is a, it grades.
A file like a...
It's like a file, yeah. Yeah, microplane is what it's called.
Oh, microplane.
So now, while this is boiling, we're going to let it simmer and turn down the heat, which it's pretty close now already. And see, this doesn't have a big heating. I have 2. There we go. We'll go kind of low. All right, now we've got garlic here. So you can take, instead of the garlic, just sprinkle this on the bottom of the pan. Not all of it, just about half of what the recipe calls for. And then we're going to take half of the potatoes out that have been cooking, and these are getting thick with this starch. About half of the potatoes, and place them on the bottom of our gratin pan. Just like that. And you want a nice layer. Just like that. Now, really, technically, the potatoes are not cooked all the way. They're just taking the starch out and thickening that cream. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to take some more garlic, the other half there, and we're going to take some herbs. And we're just taking some thyme. You can take any kind of fresh herbs in the middle. You don't want to put it on top because they'll burn. Might add a little bit more salt. See, I'm using my salt cellar from Biot, France, which is a place we go on my tour. And then we're going to cover this. You want to cover all of those fresh herbs because they'll burn if they just sit on top. And all of our potatoes are out, just like that. Remember to hide all the herbs. Then take the rest of your liquid, pour it on top. And we're going to place this into the oven uncovered for about 25 minutes at 375, and then our dish is done. Now potatoes keep the heat in really well, so you can make these ahead, put a cover on them, and then cook your meat, and then by the time the meat's done, the potatoes are still warm. So anyway, we'll be back with these done. All right, the potatoes are done. Only took about 25 minutes, and look how gorgeous they are. They look like they've got cheese on them, don't they? They don't. So what's going to happen now is you're going to let them sit for about 15 minutes. You can put foil on top, and then you'll serve them. So hope you enjoy your potatoes. Simple ingredients. We'll see you next Monday, and I don't know what I'm going to make. We'll know Monday afternoon. Take care and have a great weekend, and remember, check in on your neighbors. Love you all. Bye.